Hello everybody, Mark Finan here in the home weather office. It is Sunday. It's the last day of November, the 30th of November 2025, and this is your Sunday briefing. Yep, the holiday weekend coming to an end. It is time to look ahead to what we can expect as we go through this week. Of course, what you're probably wondering for the valley is, well, is the fog going to break up? We're going to get some sun. It may take a little while, but I do think we are going to get some sun later on this week. I'll show you that. And look ahead to any other chances of rain and snow coming our way. Let's start by taking a look outside the weather office. And as you can see, yeah, that's the way it's looked over the last couple of days. We continue to have the low overcast here. Occasionally it's been foggy, but other times it's just this flat overcast. And again, my elevation's around 700 feet. And you go up to around 2,000 feet and you're still in fog, around 1,500 to 2,000 feet. In many areas you still have fog. And then above that, of course, you're in bright sunshine. Let's take a look at the satellite. And yep, there it is. From Redding to Bakersfield, you go over the Grapevine, you break out into sunshine, you go up Interstate 80, above, let's say, 1,500 or 2,000 feet, you break into sunshine, some high clouds drifting over the Sierra. So all in all, everything looks, what's the satellite doing here? Everything looks, nice as long as you're not in this fog deck. We also have extensive fog in the Bay Area, but really it's this fog in the valley. And a lot of people have commented that, we haven't seen this much. This used to be pretty common. We haven't seen this much in the last 10 to 15 years. But yeah, it shows you it can still happen. And boy, it makes a mess of forecasting high temperatures. Let me show you what has happened to Sacramento over the last week. Before the fog set in, we had a high of 61 to low 42. Pretty nice day. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. The next day, 60-40. But we did have some fog that day. But then the next day, 58-41. And then as the fog settled in, the high and low just started to come together. 53-48, 54-42. And then look at the last few days. Highs in the 40s, lows in the 40s. 47-45. Yesterday was 48-45. And today will be about the same. So if your app had been saying, oh, morning fog with afternoon sun and a high of 60, yeah, apps just don't handle something like this very well. And, but above the fog, let me see if I can, let's see, do we have hourlies or dailies for Blue Canyon here? Let's see if this comes in for Blue Canyon by any chance. It does. So look at Blue Canyon. 61, 61, 55, Blue Canyon at 5,200 feet. So the exact opposite happened. It's been getting warmer. Back in the 23rd, it was only 51, but ever since then, the afternoons have been getting warmer. Yesterday was a little bit cooler. I should say the 28th was a little bit cooler. Yesterday's isn't in just yet. So yeah, get up to 5,000 feet, and temperatures have been in the 60s, but not down in the valley. Let's take a look at some cameras. So this is a camera at around 1,900 feet. It is, let's see, where is this? So there's Lake Wildwood. Here's the Grass Valley area, Grass Valley, Nevada City. But this camera's up at 1,900 feet. Let's take a look at some other cameras. Forest Hill, yeah, you're above all of that. Bright sunshine, looks beautiful. Georgetown, wow, a little bit of cloud cover, but otherwise looks really nice. Placerville, nice. But then you come down here to Ben Bolt, which is kind of in the Latrobe area, and yeah, just kind of socked in. So you get the idea. You get into the Sierra. Let's go up to the high Sierra, and we'll find bright sunshine. Up at Big Hill, beautiful spot up there at Big Hill, just spectacular. It looks down. If you've never been to Big Hill, it's a really interesting spot. This is the Union Valley Reservoir down in here. It's not too far from Ice House. Ice House would be over here somewhere. But yeah, it's just it's a beautiful spot. And there is a parking area here, and it looks out at the Sierra here. It's just a really pretty spot up here. If you ever feel like taking the drive, take the Ice House Reservoir road off of Highway 50. And again, it looks down over Union Valley Reservoir. All right. So what is going to change all of this? You need some wind to change things up. Now, a few days ago, we'd been thinking that this little inside slider would do it for us, and it probably isn't. Let's see what day we're up to now. So this is getting into Monday night. Tuesday, another inside slider goes by. This one may be enough to scour out the fog. If it doesn't, well, with this ridging coming back, we may be in it all the way into the next week. This is Saturday. And the models have been, at least the GFS has been hinting at maybe some changes around the 10th to 12th of the month. So we're talking well out into the land of hope and dreams. But if this is true, this is Wednesday the 10th. That would be a wet day, and this would be a better pattern, at least a less foggy pattern. But again, we're well out there into the land of hope and dreams, what I used to call fantasy land. So here's the HRRR showing the fog sticking around today. This afternoon, it shows it breaking up a little bit in some areas, but then forming rather quickly again tonight. So that tomorrow we look a lot like we did today. And then into the day on Monday afternoon, it shows it also breaking up. Maybe some sun before the sun goes down. And then it comes back again as we head into the day on, this is Tuesday morning. This is as far out as that model goes. So we're not going to be quite out of it just yet. Let's go to the NAM, the North American model. This isn't going to do very well with those low clouds, but what I want to look at instead here are the winds, let's say at 925 millibars. So this is just a little bit above the surface. And we'd like to have some wind to scour the fog out. And that's very light winds. So this is, again, Monday night, Tuesday. Just kind of trying to see if during the day Tuesday we get more of the north wind. Oh, yeah, this looks better. So this is on Tuesday night, some north wind. So maybe after we get that other, yeah, this would, if this is true, this would clear the fog out, especially from Sacramento County to the north. Maybe not so much in areas like Fresno and down toward Bakersfield. So that's what we'd be looking at. This is a good offshore wind. And again, this isn't at the surface. This is just above the surface. But this would be good enough to scour all of that out so that maybe by Wednesday, we're out into bright sunshine. Yeah, we'll see if that works out. All right, so what about getting anything in the way of rain? Let's go to the GFS, and we'll go back down to the surface. All right, so as that little inside slider goes by, we're going to set up a little bit of a gradient, but nothing in the way of rain or snow. This is Friday. Nothing with that. Saturday, maybe some light mountain snow. This is Saturday evening. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And then the bigger change, this is the 8th, the 9th. Yeah, that looks nice if it's true. You know, I'm just shrugging my shoulders here, go, yeah, that'd be nice. But, you know, so would be, you know, winning the lottery. And then more activity after that. The models certainly have been hinting that sometime around the 10th to 12th to maybe the 15th, that we could be seeing more of a pattern change to get us into some active weather. It would certainly be nice to get some Sierra snow because we are currently lacking that. But here's the deal: a lot of folks heading back to work obviously this week. And I know a lot of you travel over the Sierra, truckers. You won't have any problems this week. So Monday through Friday, no rain, no snow. There will be some areas of fog, but maybe clearing that out on Wednesday. Maybe you can keep it away beyond that as well. So a dry week. And for those of you that work outdoors, yeah, a dry week. And as we get into December and January, February, you know, dry weeks are weeks you can take advantage of. So that's some good news for you, but for skiers and snowboarders that need some snow, we're probably going to have to wait at least 10 days. And like I said, what I showed you there with the morning GFS, anything that looks promising right now is out in the land of hope and dreams. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see whether or not that actually evolves that way. But in the shorter term, expect the same sky conditions tonight, tomorrow, Tuesday. I think maybe Tuesday night, Wednesday, we might clear out, and by Wednesday, Thursday, we might get a better chance of having some valley sunshine and perhaps some warmer days. So that's everything I have for you on this Sunday. I hope you've had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I just wanted to do this to get you prepared for the week ahead. So enjoy what you have left of your weekend. I'll talk with you later.